What's good, G-Life? It's your boy, MC Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to get into was actually, I was asked a question, right? But one of my subscribers, he had asked if I ever used to watch this TV show that had, a bunch of fake cholos and they're getting down and everything. And it was called Jose Luis's Censura, right? And, yeah, I mean, which Chicano hasn't watched Jose Luis's Censura, right? That shit was a popular show. Almost everybody was watching it. It was like the Mexican version of Jerry Springer, right? Now, the reason I wanted to do the video is because he had said fake cholos, a show full of fake cholos. Now, the show itself wasn't full of fake cholos. Those were actually real homies. How do I know this? I know this because some of my homies came out in a few episodes, right? Two of my homies have came out in episodes. Multiple of my homies have came out in the fans that are attacking the people on the stage. And these are real putazos. These are not, scripted fights. And these were real chingazos, you know what I mean? I went to a show también, These are real putazos that people are throwing. So that's not like scripted, like wrestling or nothing like that. Like, no, those were real putazos now. Now, how would they find like the actors or whatever? Because the show was filmed in Burbank, so when they via, shout out to they when they woo, it was filmed in Burbank, right? And they would do 3 shows a day, right? In the morning, the day, and the night, right? And so what happened is you would go, to the show, whatever, you would go in there, and the producers were coming and asking people if they wanted to be in the TV show, right? And they would offer you $100. If you wanted to be on the TV show, they would offer you $100 for the next skit, right? And the thing is that, well, when I talked to the homies, right? Because one of the homies was like, yeah, I'll do it. $100, fuck it, You don't really get a script, right? They just pretty much told them that, hey, sabes que, the get down is you're gonna be playing this and this person, and this is the scenario, and if you throw putazos, and if you get more aggressive, they give you like more feria. So if you throw more putazos, you get bonus, you get extra if you're throwing chingazos, and if you're acting wild, if you're acting a fool, you get more feria. You get like $50 extra added to the $100 that you're already getting, right? So the more you're acting wild, the more money you get, right? So I was like, all right, fuck it, And yeah, pretty much, what would happen is it would go out there with no script, bro. Like they were just, asked if they wanted to be in the TV show maybe like about fucking like an hour ago. You get what I'm saying? So, pretty much everybody's just like saying whatever's in their head. Like they're just going along with the story. Like if, whatever the story was pitched to them, then they just start adding shit to that story, right? Like they're making this shit up as they go, right? That's why sometimes you see them that, they're kind of hesitant, or kind of really doesn't make any sense, right? Like, people are like, what the fuck, right? Because these fools are just winging it on the fly, homie. These fools are just coming up with the shit on the spot, right? But either way, the people were not tuning in for the storyline either way. So people didn't even give a fuck about that. The real reason why people were going to the TV show and watching the TV show was for the putazos, for the fighting, homie. You had female fights, homie fights. So you see a lot of cholos on that show. You see a lot of homeboys, right? And these were real homies. If you watch some of those episodes, real homies are throwing their fucking gangs out there, bro. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cracking it. So they were using real homies, you know what I mean? Because there would be fights también, because you would sometimes, they would have the show and you would have the rivals there. You feel me? So there was a lot of pedos, that would crack, that would happen backstage, outside. You know what I mean? But the show lasted a good while, though. It lasted like, fuck, I don't know, like a good, like, fucking 10 years or some shit like that, right? In the beginning, it was more cool, right? Like, they had no gate. It was more, people, were actually really getting hurt. You see people all bloodied and everything like that. TV was different back then, right? So a lot of people were actually really, really getting hurt. But you signed on the paper, my boy, you're getting paid, so you can't sue these motherfuckers either way, because you knew the consequences and you knew the risks, right? That potentially, you could get harmed and shit like that. So either way, tragatela. You know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in that scenario, right? So you can't be, crying and suing, right? So, plus, people didn't give a fuck back then, homie. Like, $100, shit, I'll do it. Times were different. Like, now people be like, nah, homie, you better give me more of a bag, and I better go through it. Nah, back then, you offered anybody $100, they would fucking do the most stupidest shit, right? So So fools were getting paid, that feria, right? And like I said, I heard for the females, if they would pull the clothes and show their like asses or the tits will pop out, whatever, they would pay them extra for that, right? Like if when they're getting down, that they start pulling shirts, and they would give them extra if they did that, right? Obviously, it will be censored on TV, but you're in the live audience, you're seeing everything happen. You know what I mean? The show was wild, bro. Like I said, it was like the Mexican version of Jerry Springer, right? So yeah, you had a lot of homies there, and you had a lot of different barrios. I remember when we went to go see the show. There was some. We didn't beef it with these other individuals that were there, right? But yeah, there's homies, but it could have gone bad if they would have been like an enemy that we didn't get along with, right? Like shit would have cracked, right? Um, and stuff was tense in the beginning, right? When like, man, what the fuck are these fools? You know what I mean? Like there was tensions that were building up, as it is already, right? Because like I said, homies are very territorial. You know what I mean? Like, who are these other fucking vatos right here, eh? You know what I mean? Like, shit, we're mobbing on this fucking boulevard right now, homie. Homies want to be the only ones, dog. So, you know what I mean? But anywho, so you had individuals that were really from neighborhoods, really from barrios, and these putazos were real, bro. These were real, they were looking to really fight out there, bro. They were not like, hey, nah, but don't hit them, just wrestle them. Nah, they were looking to, hey, give them a good, the producer was coming and telling these individuals this, bro. Like I said, and at first the homies, they thought the homie was lying. This was exaggerating, dog. But then when the other homie went, yeah, sure enough, that fool stamped it. I was like, all right. And then there was homies from a different violent, right, that were cool with, right? My homie from Violent, shout out to the homie. He went on that show and he told me the exact same, and I didn't even tell him that the homies came out, right? And he told me the exact same story as the homies. So I was like, all right, so that shit's legit, So yeah, that's pretty much, how they would do the show. So they were real putazos. These were real homies from real barrios. There's a few episodes out there that I recognize, some homies like, oh shit, look, it's so and so and so, you know what I mean? So there was real individuals that were there that were doing their thing, you feel me? So even though I know a lot of TV is scripted and they just grab, actors, nah, these were not actors. These were just some individuals that they want to go see the show. Hey, we want to be in the TV. Hell yeah, let's go. They would have just grabbed random people like that, bro. And pretty much, just, hey, you're going to be playing so-and-so and pretty much the scenarios that your girl's cheating on you with this other guy. And that's pretty much all you got. So you're going to be playing Manuel and you're dating this one girl. She's cheating on you with this other guy, and that's it. So pretty much, go out there. When you see the other guy come out, just talk your shit and just rush him. Like, just invent whatever you can invent. Like, fuck you, puto, you have a small penis. And then, just start getting down. Like, like these fools were, whatever will come into their head, but everything was winged, bro. They were winging it out there, bro. So they weren't actors that were reading a script. Nah, bro, these fools were just like, fuck it, whatever comes into the head, right? That's why some scenarios like didn't make any sense, right? And like, but see, the host, Jose Luis, right? He knew what he was doing, right? So he was instigating the fights. Like he pretty much was throwing the details in there for them. Like, oh, but she told me that that she left you this one night because what they're going. And the guy pretty much like, all right, yeah, maybe she did, but I still tapped it that same night, Like they pretty much have to come up with shit on the fly, bro. They start adding on to his story, right? So they're making this shit up as they go, bro. But like if you watch the TV show, there's not really that much talking anyways. You just see pure putazos anyways. You see the chairs being thrown. You see at one point where the whole audience is like fighting and they had like 30 security guards right there and everything was getting out of hand, He had a big ass security guard there named Osito. He was a big dude, homie. Like the guy was a monster, homie. You know what I mean? He was Godzilla. He would pick up people like if they were just rag dolls, bro. And that was one of the, I guess he's the Jose Luis version of Jerry Springer's, was that Steve Wilkins or whatever? When they go, Steve, their version was Osito. They were like, Osito. You know what I mean? And, yeah, you can watch a lot of clips on YouTube, a lot of brawls, Cholas versus Nacas and all kinds of crazy storylines these fools used to come up with, bro. And yeah, bro, people would tune in, the homies I would watch it, you know what I mean? That shit was funny as fuck, bro. And just to see everyone getting down and see like who's on there. And there's a lot of people I recognize, that went on that show, bro. A lot of the homies went on it, bro. Like I said, I went to a show, también. I didn't come out in the show, but I was in the audience, you know what I mean? There was a big brawl, and we were trying to rush in there. We were just throwing putazos, randomly, bro. And, whoever, we didn't give a fuck. Shit. It was just like pure chaos, pretty much. Put it like that, bro. Like, oh, hey, right now, fool, we're gonna go rush that fool right now. Because they would let people in the audience rush the people that were on stage, bro. Because they would come and ask the people, and you would be like, hey, you know what? Fuck that fool. I think he's a weenie. And you would just rush them, and they would let you. And that's pretty much what was happening. You know what I mean? But he had to come and give you the mic and stuff. Sometimes people would just go on the flight, but the security guys will stop you, most of the time before you got there, right? But when he put the mic, it's almost like they knew, hey, let this guy go. He has a green light. When he put you the mic, that was pretty much, I'm giving this guy the green light to go and do what he got to do, right? So there was one time, we were there, and it was a big ass brawl, right? So we just, everyone just started rushing, bro, and yeah, bro, we're throwing kicks and punches and all kinds of shit, bro. Chairs were being thrown, you know what I mean? Shit was crazy. Like, you didn't even know who you were hitting. You probably were hitting your own homie. You know what I mean? That's how chaotic it was, bro. But you were just looking there for the chaos. It was fun. Yeah, I know. Well, we find it entertaining, right? We're, like I said, we're troubled individuals. Nah, but it was fun, bro. And yeah, a lot of homies, came out in it. A lot of homies, would watch it. What did you guys think? Did you guys ever watch it? Leave your opinions in the comments. What you think about the show? Did you used to dig it or what? Did you used to think it was fake? Let me know. Hey, Shadow, we out.